Ciao Chiara.
Ciao.
Namaste.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, come va?
Tutto bene, tutto bene. In relax.
Si rilassa? Sì.
Sì, in fase relax. La
Ah,
sera sempre.
sì, sì. Aspettiamo un po' e poi cominciamo. Few more minutes, I will start.
Mhm. Let's see if somebody else joins.
Yeah. Otherwise, Chiara will be the luckiest one.
Wow.
Yes, to listen to Babaji's dictation. Without his knowledge, without his order, no one can know him. So let's start anyway, Mario. I'll just do the invocation. In the name I am that I am, Elohim, Saint Germain, Portia, Mahavatar Babaji, Lord Shiva, Guruma Lalalo, Padma Sambhava, Kuan Yin, and the five Dhyani Buddhas. In the name I am that I am, Sanat Kumara, Gautama Buddha, Lord Maitreya, Jesus Christ, Om Viroshna, Akshobhya, Ratna Sambhava, Amitabha, Amoga Siddhi, Vajra Sattva Om. And we decree and meditate for the abundant supply needed to fulfill the Master's plan for the Summit Lighthouse, Church Universal and Triumphant, and the Inner Retreat. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so we will do the Tube of Light. First, before we do our meditation, we need to do the Tube of Light 3 times. So you can unmute yourself, Chiara, and
Join us.
join us for the decree.
Okay, unmute.
Yeah, and then, yeah, we'll do 3 times this Tube of Light and
For the protection.
for the protection for
The meditation.
before the meditation. Yeah. Okay. Beloved, I am presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discourse sent to me. I am calling for violet fire to blaze, transmit all desire, keeping on its freedom name till I am one with the violet flame. Beloved, I am presence bright, round me seal your tube of light, from ascended master flame, call for now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discourse sent to me. I am calling for violet fire to blaze, transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom name till I am one with the violet flame. Beloved, I am presence bright, round me seal your tube of light, from ascended master flame, call for now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discourse sent to me. I am calling for violet fire to blaze, transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom name till I am one with the violet flame. 3 times. So this is a tube of light. Very important that we invoke every day, minimum 3 times. This is the shortest version, and I have only shared this version for now because people who have just started doing decree, they are going to be doing this. Someone else has joined, Galaxy. I'm not sure who this person is. Maybe you can share your name. You can write in the chat so that at least I can welcome you formally.
Address you.
And address you and welcome you at Om Space. You can write your name in the chat box whenever you feel like. But thank you for joining. Babaji has brought you here, so that's great. So we have just invoked Tube of Light. This is the protection given by Ascended Masters that we do every day. A short
Protection of our light,
protection of our light, protection of our chakras,
Yeah.
protection from the negativity from other souls that we need every day. So let's look at, so today is a very auspicious day. This month itself is a very auspicious because in this month we have celebrated Diwali. We have the birth of Krishna is in this, was celebrated as well. And Babaji's, the birthday is on 30th November, but his birthday is also it's celebrated before the Purnima, which is tomorrow, the full moon. Purnima has started from midday today already until tomorrow night. So that's why we are having a meditation on Thursday. And Babaji's day is celebrated on Thursday. His dedicated day to invoke and to pray, and his special meditations and Kriya Yoga. So I have been initiated into Kriya Yoga, and on Thursday we do a special meditation on him, which I won't be sharing at this stage with you all because only the initiated ones can actually practice Kriya Yoga. But in the few years' time, and when Babaji's order I have, I'll be sharing those techniques, the Kundalini Kriya Yoga techniques. So let's look at Babaji. Who is he? He is an unascended Himalayan master who belongs to Great White Brotherhood. Yes, Babaji also belongs to Great White Brotherhood, that the masters, all from the east and west, they come, it's called under the name of Great White Brotherhood. And Babaji is unascended master. So unascended means that he is not ascended. He is not merged with God. So he's decided, he's chosen to be on earth to help the humanity. His sister called Mataji, in one of the, I have many books on Babaji, by the way, and the first time ever Babaji's introduction came into Paramahansa, very, very popular book, Autobiography of Yogi. So please read this book. I encourage you to read this book. It is one of the phenomenal books that you can think of in spirituality. And so the first time Babaji is mentioned in this book ever to the world. Until then, nobody knew who Babaji is. He's formless. He can come into form, and he's also formless. He has given darshan, his vision, to many of his disciples. So he's also different names. He's called Mahamuni, Father. I call him Father. He's my father. I call him my spiritual father. I found out about Babaji in 2019, the very first time when I was initiated into magnified healing, the healing of meditation, and the spiritual light of Mother Kuan Yin was released to me. That was one of my teacher. I saw his photo at her altar, and I said, "Who is he?" That's the first thing. I've never seen him before. And she said, "Don't you know him?" I said, "No." I said, "No, I've never known him." She said, "This is Mahavatar Babaji." And since then, that's it. Me and him, it's like you meet your father. You've been waiting to see the cosmic being, your father, for many, many births. And so then the same year I got initiated into two different lineage of Babaji. Babaji has many lineages, but Babaji got me in two different lineage because techniques are a little different of Kriya Yoga, but the aim is the same. So his disciple called Lahari Mahasaya, who's also mentioned in this book, whose guru was Sri Yukteswar Giri. And if you read in the presentation here, some of the meetings of meeting with Babaji by Paramahansa Yogananda in 1946, as I said, it's in the book. Another account was given by Sri Yukteswar Giri in his 1894 book, The Holy Science. I've got also that book. It's a very tiny book, must have that. It's the best book of all, how the cosmos, how the universe is made, how many yugas are there, like each and every thing of cosmos you can think of, it's in the book mentioned. That is by Sri Yukteswar Giri, who was the guru of Sri Paramahansa, the guru of the Paramhansa. Yeah. He's also Sri M is also Babaji's disciple, has mentioned in one of his books that Babaji is Lord Shiva. And I have not read his books, but I have very high regard and respect for Sri M. So if you Google Sri M, you will see lots and lots of satsangs and information that he shares with us on Babaji, because Babaji has given darshan to him. He's been initiated directly by Babaji. His name is Sri M. We don't know the age of Babaji, say many, many thousands of years of age that he can, nobody knows his birthplace. People say he was born in Chennai, or near in South. But the few books that I have read, one of the book is the 18 Siddhas, Mahavatar Babaji and the 18 Siddhas. It's mentioned he was, like I shared in the chat today, in 203 BC. I think just read that, which covers quite a lot of information. So that the information that I shared in the group today is by Marshal Govindam. He was also given darshan by Babaji, and that's one of the lineage that I follow, that I've been initiated into. His name is Marshal Govindam, and the website I've also given, babajiKriyayoga.net. So if you need any information on that, so please do that. So let's look at the next. So in Great White Brotherhood, Ascended Masters teachings, Babaji has given 2 dictations so far, and by Guru Ma. So Guru Ma, as you know, Elizabeth Clare Prophet, is the messenger of Great White Brotherhood. Through Mother, we could have all the dictations. Just a little bit more on dictations. What are the dictations? They are not channeling. They are very different than channeling. It has nothing to do with channeling. So dictations are given in different modes. For example, the master could come directly in the body of the messenger. That is one thing. The other point is that from their retreat, the master's retreat, they can transfer the dictation or the words they want to share with the disciples or with the public or with the group. The mother can see, the messenger can actually read in front of her. That we can't see that she's reading, but she's able to read like a screen. Literally a screen runs through. Or the other is the telepathy, that mother can just having the messages given to her and she's reading that. So there were 2 messengers. One is the Elizabeth Clare Prophet and her twin flame, Lanello, Mark Prophet. They were both the messengers of Ascended Masters. They have ascended now. They've merged with the Divine Mother and Father. And all their teachings have been shared with us through the Summit Lighthouse University. So let's listen to this dictation given by Babaji through Guru Ma in 1997. And it speaks about giving attention to our body, our full body, why it is so important. There are a lot of things that you may not understand, but it is important to just absorb it, the light of Babaji that is going to be invoked. Let's listen to it. It's 18 minutes, 18 and a half minutes.
I am Babaji. I speak to you on behalf of the unascended members of the Great White Brotherhood. I am Babaji, and I speak to you on behalf of the unascended members of the Great White Brotherhood, and I ask you to be seated. I am ever more grateful to Mataji for showing me that it is important to retain the physical body. Inasmuch as I have retained that physical body, so I admonish you to give great care to the body, for it is the vessel whereby you teach face to face, heart to heart, and eye to eye. It is time to put full attention upon the physical body. Some have played Russian roulette with their bodies, and they have thought, well, I will eat this way for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and then I will change my ways. I tell you, it is too late. To learn to be an unascended adept and in good form, obey the rules of the body. Each body is unique. Each body is unique, and yet all bodies are the same. They are unique only insofar as you have allowed them to come out of the way of true alignment. When the physical body is out of alignment, then the emotional body is out of alignment. When the emotional body is out of alignment, then the mental body is out of alignment. And when the mental body is out of alignment, then all three are out of sync with the etheric blueprint, and the etheric blueprint begins to take on that pattern that is now corrupted in the three lower bodies, whereas the etheric blueprint should be a blueprint that reflects the image of the Christ, the image of the Adam Kadmon. When the etheric blueprint is out of kilter, then the three lesser bodies will only reflect that which is there. In the highest level of the etheric body, there is retained the image of your Christhood. But if you have so surfeited that etheric body with all of the noise, the television, the bombardment of energies, you may not even have a tiny space left for the original blueprint that God gave you. The tending of the four lower bodies is like the tending of planet Earth. The tending of planet Earth, beloved, is just as important. As you know, the Earth body consists of spheres within spheres, the four major lower bodies of the planet. The sickness of the planet is reflected in the sickness of the people. You have heard any number of experts on the subject of diet, but I would tell you that there is no greater rejoicing that you could have than to have the knowledge of physical maintenance of the body, to establish perfect health, balance in the emotions because of it, the healing of the organs, so that you are free. Free then to be the instrument of the unascended and ascended masters. Free to be the ones who no longer are burdened in the body, and therefore can look forward to longevity, can look forward to great service, can look forward to have clusters of disciples here and there to assist and to teach the 6th root race and the 7th root race, and to go after the 4th and the 5th. Blessed ones, a totally healthy body is the greatest prize that you can have, and only you can see to it that you have it. What if I had compromised my physical body long before I became an adept? Well, beloved, I might never have become an adept, and that is exactly where you stand today. You may never become an adept in this body if you do not swiftly realize that you must eat only to live and not live to eat. I ask you then to give the mantras to the Dhyani Buddhas so that you can consume the 5 poisons and the 6th poison of Vajrasattva's transmutation. So know, beloved, then, that I encourage you to follow in a certain way my own path. For then you see I will not be alone, but there will be many who as bodhisattvas may desire to tarry and not take the ascension, for by their very presence in the earth they can be seen more clearly than people can see the ascended masters. They can see the unascended adepts, and they can follow them. They would follow you, beloved, so let them. I ask you to liberate yourself. This is the time of the celebration of liberty. Let us know that liberty is a gift, and it gives you the freedom to make choices, and ultimate choices, of what you shall do with the gift of life, of the Atman within the breast, and of the path of service. Liberty is not, as you know, to do this and that without care, throwing caution to the winds. Liberty is to expand the 3-fold flame of liberty that is the Holy Christ flame in the heart. Liberty itself, beloved, the free will God gave for you to determine who you shall be, what you shall do, how you shall support children, and then the millions in the earth. I then address you now on the subject of the Black Brotherhood of India and of those who go way, way back to the time when Jesus and his disciples left Atlantis and went to the subcontinent of India. I call to mind, beloved, that there are many on that continent today that are of the false hierarchy, that have been of the false hierarchy for thousands of years. I call to your attention, beloved, that India and the United States share a destiny, and yet the sharing of that destiny has not been seen in any major statement. And it is because before these peoples may come together to work their service for God on this planet, there must be exorcised from both continents fallen angels who disrupt and distort religion, politics, government, and every aspect of life. This is a great burden to El Moria and to the Darjeeling Council, as well as to myself. In these times you will find very few who are truly unascended masters in India as well as in the United States. It is high time that you elected yourselves to this goal, for the people in these 2 nations need leadership. They need to know that by a certain path, by mantra, by service, by the spoken word, that they can lead their people away from the fallen angels and allow the people to see that they are not true gurus. It is because people are idolatrous and of an idolatrous generation that they immediately fall for those who are self-styled gurus, who never quite teach them to go within and find the guru, and therefore many are led astray. The calls that you have, which are the judgment calls and the calls to the dweller, as well as labors that you can set yourselves to for the binding of these false hierarchs, will accomplish much for the enlightenment of the entire world. The Himalayas have been the seat, and in the Himalayas you find archives transported there before the sinking of Atlantis, ancient texts of religion, ancient teachings. So the repository is there, so Mount Himalaya has been the gathering place of adepts, and it is there to which they found recourse in the earth movements and in the sinking of continents. In order for the seventh root race to succeed, this must be accomplished. The false guru must be exposed, beginning with a dweller on the threshold of your own being. To cast out that idol is your first task, and when you do, you shall never again have idols, for you shall know the living God lives in your temple, and that he is sufficient unto you in all things. Many souls are waiting for your coming with the teachings. I speak still of India. When they receive it, they shall reject those who have led them astray. They will come into conformity of the inner Atman. Yet I tell you, that which you must do is to go after the streak of extreme materialism and selfishness that you find in India, contrasted by the magnificent Manus, the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, the lineage of Sanat Kumara that is also anchored there and in the Far East. So, beloved, it is very difficult to find those there who are truly spiritual. Thus, I know and I see that the teachings published, the students trained, the ways being made open by the dynamic decree, putting together all that you have as resource, you can overcome these conditions in the earth. I tell you, beloved, if you were to make a commitment, one and all, to meet this challenge of the false hierarchs of India, the entire Great White Brotherhood and the Darjeeling Council would stand behind you to the finish. Remember that it is recorded that the tribes of Israel and Judah once lived on that subcontinent. It is also recorded that Jesus retired there after his 33-year mission in Palestine. Thus he spent the rest of his life there, to the age of 81, was married, had children, and now has descendants who will claim that they are the descendants, and they truly are, of Jesus. Thus you have a profile of a guru, and you understand that marriage and childbearing is a part of that path. So you may understand this and see how valuable it is even to the Lord Jesus Christ and to many other masters that have come out of the East to have the East restored to its reason for being. Remember Shambhala. Remember the image of Shambhala being drawn into the etheric octave. This is the teaching the messenger has given at Summit University. In one moment, Shambhala was there, and there were those fallen ones who did ridicule and put down the servants of God. In the next moment, Shambhala was rolled up, as it were, as a scroll, and those who had denied it and mocked it were left on the desert sands to wonder what happened. So the karma descends, so the karma must be balanced, and so the golden ages will come again. I am Babaji. I have chosen to remain in the United States to serve her children until they come to the heart of the living God.
Lot in that dictation that Babaji has spoken. What stood out for me, in the last few weeks we have been working and learning about our four lower bodies. We've been learning about the subtle bodies, the seven bodies, including I am presence, our higher self, and ourself as Jivatma, and then the four lower bodies, the etheric, the emotional, the mental, and the physical body. And Babaji in this dictation, he emphasizes again and tells us how important it is to look after our body, the physical, and then the rest of the bodies will be taken care of. So do not take things for lightly. If you see something in your body is telling you that you need to take extra care, properly eating food, drinking water. There's a science behind it, isn't it? There's a science behind it. So just take care of yourself, take care of your body. Because within our body, what Babaji says, it's a living temple of God. So God itself is in us. We are the daughter and sons of God itself. So how could we not take this body as important as we have been given this gift? The God, the Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, the threefold flame resides in us. So it becomes our responsibility to look after. The time we sleep, the time we exercise, or whatever practices that your body needs, you follow that. Then Babaji speaks about the great black brotherhood. Now, as you know, the masters from the east and west they all come together into the great white brotherhood. And the opposite of it is what Babaji mentions is the black white brotherhood, right? All the fallen angels, all the dark energies. They belong there. They belong to that. And who represents people who are in the physical body? As he mentions, the false gurus. There are many false gurus. And Babaji is giving us indication and a warning. Be careful. Be careful. Do not fall into their games, their traps. The actual guru is in us, Babaji says. So, yes, we need a physical guru, but not a false guru. And Babaji also says, the guru, the real guru will help you to connect with your inner guru. That is the role of the actual guru, the real guru. Not that who would tell him to worship me. And that is one way that I used to ask, how do I know who's the false guru and who's the real guru? How do you know? Because they look so real. They come in, they have so much knowledge, they know so much, they look real. So how do you know? There's a difference between false and real guru. And Babaji in this, and also Mother has said and shared some of the information, you know by their vibration. That is the first thing. The second, that the real guru will help you to connect with your inner guru. And the false guru will promote himself as God, then God himself. That is one way that two ways, and then many more, but we have to have the open eyes. Because there are many false gurus, many false gurus. So beware of that. And they come from the black brotherhood. They come from the Black Brotherhood. All the dark angels, the fallen angels, they take the physical form of humans also. So do not get into trapped with any false gurus. And then the other thing Babaji mentions about the relationship between India and America. I'll share that. Please go through it many times because these are the pearls of wisdoms. So India and America are twin flames. There is a special mission between these two countries. And Babaji mentions that he has decided to remain in America at this moment to help into the West until they merge with the God, until their ascend. So let's do chanting. Let's do chanting of Babaji. This is the mantra given and shared in Kriya Yoga that I was initiated. The mantra we don't need to be initiated to chant this mantra. Usually there are certain mantras that we need to be initiated into, but Babaji's mantra, we don't need initiation. Anyone can chant to invoke his presence. So let's chant along and then we'll sit into meditation for 10 minutes. Let's do that, Mario. From the beginning. Go back. Eyes. It goes for 15 minutes, but we'll stop a little before. The important is to chant his mantra. Close your eyes and just feel the presence of Mahavatar Babaji.
Babaji Namaho. Om Kriya 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 Babaji Babaji Namah
Om Kriya 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 Babaji Namah Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namah
Om Kriya Babaji Namaho.
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 Namaho. Om Kriya Babaji 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 Namaho.
We'll go straight into 10 minutes of meditation silently. Keep your still eyes closed. Sit straight, spine straight. Check chin tucked in a little bit. Jnana Mudra. Exhale, come together. With your free will, Babaji says, we need to invite them. Otherwise, they don't enter into our temple. Invite Babaji tonight. Say, Babaji, please come. Sit in my altar. Keep your eyes closed. on the white flame of Mother. Mission is. Each one of us has a mission. We have to find that mission. What we call a divine plan. Everyone has a divine plan. We have to complete in this birth and then carry on to the next. All the births that we have lived so far, that has brought the karma, the good deeds that we are into these teachings. Masters have said, people, the souls who have balanced 25% of their karmas will only get into these teachings. So when I see people coming into the Om Space group or in the meditation, people come and go, I don't decide. The Master's deciding based on their karmas. The karmic board decides who is ready to receive these teachings or not, if they've balanced 25% karma or not. Balancing the karma means learning the lessons. Can you hear us? Am I clear? Am I audible now? Okay. So, the balancing the karma means learning the lessons that we have to learn from our past birth. Some of the things that we didn't do well. So we need to learn those lessons in this life. If some of the patterns keep repeating in this life, in our behaviors, in our thoughts, in our feelings, we have to identify those as part of our psychology and clear that. If not, those lessons will come again and again into the next life. There is no escape from the karmas. There is no escape. We cannot run away, which is why Masters do not encourage us to go to see the Reiki healers or any psychics or any channelers, because why? Very important things that Masters have told us. They don't encourage any of those practices. Because any person who's going through any pain, either physical or mental or emotional, is based on their free will, the choices they made in the past life. So we must go through those pains. And if you seek any healers, or if you seek any so-called healers, they They tell you they will heal you. Maybe momentary, they hold some powers, they can heal you temporarily. But what happens to those learnings that you must learn in this life? You bring stop to that, those learnings. So the person who is doing the healing to you is going to take your karma on them. And what about your lessons that you haven't learned yet? It will postpone, it will delay, but you will go through. So many healers that I came to and I met, they've lost their lives. They've lost their lives. They die because they take the diseases and the karmas of those people. For what? Nothing. Nobody can heal us. No one can heal us except our inner guru. The right teachings, the right practices are very important to heal ourselves, to understand the 4 lower bodies. People heal only on the physical level. So do not get trapped into false gurus. Do not get trapped into any practices that promise you the temporary healings, because no one can do that. They get caught up in their own karmas and they die. They lose their lives and they carry so much of karma on themselves to stop the process of the cosmos, the nature. So very important to understand this part. Babaji mentions about finding your inner guru. That is something that stayed in my mind. The guru is the teacher who teaches you, who tells you what is right, what is wrong. And that voice is very silent. Only we can hear that voice. And sometimes that voice can be of a dweller in threshold. Masters, I will be sharing this decree. It is a very important decree to do every single day, and that is the words of the mind. So sometimes we can get confused between the mental speech and the inner guru's speech or the words. That can mislead us. So important to understand the difference also. It is the mind who's speaking, or is it my inner guru who's speaking, who's guiding you? And to get to that, we must know who we are. We must accept our identity. We are not ordinary beings. We are not just anybody who has taken the birth in this life. We are the sons and daughters of God. Say to yourself every single minute, I am a son and daughter of God itself. And you will start to look after your body. You will start to look after your mind, your feelings, all your bodies. Eventually, it all comes together. Today, somebody asked me a question on ascension. What is ascension? It is a very big topic. I'll share some other day what my answer was, but I'll just like to share that ascension is, merging within the divine Mother and Father in the great central sun, where they reside, where we get our energy from. So the energy in the meditation that is released from the cosmos is the cosmic energy. Where is it coming from? It's a source from the great central sun. It is not the solar energy. It is not coming from the sun or moon. It is coming from the great central sun. That's why it is very important to meditate. Even 10 minutes every day. If you're struggling, sit 10 minutes, insist. Work on your breathing. Focus on your breathing. It will come. From next year, I'm putting some very important things for everyone to take benefit of it. I will be introducing yoga in it and regular pranayams, the breathing techniques. And yoga is a science, but it is important to bring into our daily lives. It is not just the physical exercise that we do. In the West, people think it's exercising. No, it is not. So, ascension, yes, we ascend every single day. We are ascending based on our thoughts, based on our feelings, based on the actions that you make. Every day we ascend. One of the decrees that 21 days, some of you are doing, Prabjot and others, the Heart, Head and Hand by El Moria, in one of the paragraphs, it is clearly, El Moria says, I am removing my old clothes. What does that mean? The layers of the old clothing I'm removing and I'm putting the new layer every day, and that is the ascension every day. So I would like to encourage you, in the month of December is a very important month. It's the Christmas, the birth of Jesus. Jesus not as just Christ, the what's the word? The anointed one. The anointed one, the Jesus. Jesus is not what that you think as a son. He was a son of God, but people in the Christianity see him as the Father only. That's what the Ascended Masters have taught us. And himself, Jesus, we will be playing some dictations of Jesus as well. So you get to know more about Jesus, you get to know more about him. In Babaji's dictation, he's mentioned today that he lived until the age of 80, he lived in India. He got married, he had children. So we'll find the other side of Jesus as well. So the month of December, each week, the 4-week, we will be clearing our each body. Meaning what? Our etheric body, our mental body, our emotional body, and physical body. There are decrees which we will be invoking in the month of December on each week. And we are preparing ourselves for the ritual which is coming on the 31st of December. So those layers of the old clothing, we are going to remove it. That is the real healing. Preparing ourselves. So I would encourage you, those who have not taken participation in the 21-day decree, please participate in that. It's a commitment, yes, but you have to see what you're gaining. It is a DIY, do it yourself. This is the real healing. Nobody does for anybody here. You do it by yourself. Because we are capable, we just need the right tools. Not the tools given by the false gurus, the false teachers, masters. Those who are already doing it, they have already shared their experience with me. So, experience it. These are not just the words. Experience it. The presence of masters. So I will end it here now. If you have any questions, please, you can raise it now. It is important to ask the questions. I may not have the answers because I'm a chela of masters too. I'm not a teacher. I may have more knowledge than you or maybe less than you, but I don't declare myself I'm a chela. I will always be the chela of masters. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Send me a text. But any question is a good question. But it is important, as we are walking this spiritual path, it is important to go a little deeper and deeper every day. Very important. So with this, Mario, I think
Let's seal the
well, let's do the sealing. Speak together. In the name of the I Am that I Am, I call for the sealing of these energies in the heart of Archangel Michael, Hanumanji, for the blessings of ourselves, our families, and all mankind upon the earth. In the name of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Divine Mother, we accept it done in full power according to the will of God. Om, Amen. Om, Tat Sat, Om. I am that I am. With the sealing, we have come to the conclusion of our session today. The energies are very high. It's full moon tonight and tomorrow. So sit and meditate. Spare some time for yourself and receive the energies from the great central sun. Thank you all. Thank you, Prabjot. Thank you. Om Tat Sat. I don't know your name. Please share your name so that at least I can know who your name is. Oh, Shobana. Oh, so beautiful, Shobana. Lovely to have you. You've joined. Thank you. It's lovely to have you. So lovely. Really lovely. Hope to see you all soon. So the couple of announcements. So the month of December, we are still thinking whether to have our sessions because it's Christmas time. People are busy in their festivities at home. So we may have a break during the month of December. However, I will be sending those decrees to continue. Okay, in the group, I will be sharing the daily messages. Those are the divine messages shared by the divine, not just by me. It's not me. So the commitment is coming for the December, and we may not. Bring your feedback. Let us know if you're available. If not, we may have a break for 4 weeks. But the next 2 week sessions we are going to be having because we are concluding the chakras. Very important teachers we are going to be giving, which is the how to heal the chakras. And then we may have a break, and then we'll meet in 2022 with the new program for the year. Yeah.
We introduce yoga in the session.
We will be introducing yoga as per Babaji's order, the Kriya Yoga, which is not just any yoga. It is given by Babaji. If I have his permission, I will be sharing that. And yes, that's it for us. It's quite late, 10:30. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night,
Love
everyone.
to you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you.